up to the sunrise, let the day begin. Johnny and Mark are here, let the laughter in. With every sip of coffee, feel the warmth inside. Conversations and humor take you for a ride. Your morning boost with Johnny and Mark, a perfect blend of laughter, igniting the spark, inspiration and insight. Join the journey, let them light your way. It's a brew of connection, a world to explore, a network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you. As the day unfolds, carry what you've heard, inspire and inform with every single word. Johnny and Mark beside you as you start a new day, the morning show that lifts you through and through. A network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
See the special man.
You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun Roots, Johnny understands.
Johnny understands.
Let him have it with no problem, see the special man. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
Hey, Regina, what day is it? It's a hump day. How's everybody doing? Look who's with me today, y'all. Yeah. Mark had a doctor's appointment today, so Jay's filling in today. He's off of his probation.
My suspension is over. I have done my penance.
And Regina was first in the chat today. Good morning, everyone. I'm never too late to learn daily. You right about that. Today's quote and thoughts. The reason I still work at the stage of my life is because I enjoy learning something new each and every day. I like that. Yes. Clint Eastwood. What? Miss Denise, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you and welcome. And Glenn, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Kevin, hello, good morning and welcome. I saw you in the chat the other day and I said hello. I forgot whose channel it was on. It was nice to see you in the chat. And good to see you and welcome. And Heather, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you, Heather. So yeah, Mark had a doctor's appointment, so he couldn't be here with us today. But Jay came on in. And don't forget, today is our Hump Day auction at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do have Regina, Ms. Josie, and Ms. Denise as our co-hosts for the show. And then today we're going to have Carol's Creative Corner and Leslie's Lucky Finds as our guests today. And then tomorrow,
what's Leslie doing?
She's doing okay. She's just getting her health back in order and her helping her sister. And then she'll probably talk a little bit more about it on her show tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll be on with Leslie's Lucky Finds at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, this weekend I will be sending out all the links for next week, including our rapid fire run for showcasing our members on next Tuesday. And also, if you would like to be on the September 19th is the next available that I have spots available for. I have 5 spots available. So if you would like a spot for the Reseller Community Shop Hop Train Sale that we do on the 3rd Saturday of each month, September is the next available. Let me know by emailing me at kajrootsreseller@gmail.com. And if you're on this month's one, I did send out an email on Monday. And if you would, please make sure to reply to that email so I can make sure to get everything ready for the show, because I got a lot of little things that I have to do. And then I'll be emailing everybody the lineup and the description. So that's why it's important you do email me back by replying to that email so I can make sure I have the descriptions updated in case if I need to. Carol, hello, good
Good
morning and
morning, Miss
welcome.
Carol.
And how are you doing?
Big
Good to
old
see
hug tackle to you and Regina.
you. Yeah. So yeah, just make sure you reply to those emails. And Jay, what do you got coming up soon?
Oh my
What
goodness, it
channel?
is things are ramping up in August. Let me tell you. So this Friday we've got the Friday night hang on the night shift over on my channel. The night shift is the hang is just folks hanging out. No specific topic. Stop by, hang out. We never know what we're going to talk about, and it's after dark, so anything goes. Then next week. Monday and Wednesday we'll have theme topics for the night shift. Mondays is all about how free is not a business model. And then next Friday will be the Tuesday night. We're going to have uh, our normal Misty Media Live, which will be we're talking about the short story and is the short story dead or is it still a viable option? Then there's the Friday night hang, and then the 8th is the first annual Misty Media Book Fair, live on my channel starting at 5 a.m. Pacific Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. And we will have Johnny and Ginger Hotness and Angela Isaac, Toochman, the lovely Miss Carol, 1889 Casey, and Angie's Oddities, as well as my author Linda K. Hardy, all coming in to raise money for First Read. All buy it now should be a really, really fun time. That's August 8th. Mark your calendars, please.
I'll be promoting that more next week. And Jeffrey, hello, good morning and welcome. And I did delete your last second message because you're duplicating your messages too many times. That is spamming the chat, so please don't do that. But I did just
Good morning,
remove the
Jeffrey.
second one. But good morning, hello and welcome. Angie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you? Yeah, got to meet with her twice.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it was a great meetup. Let's see. Also today, of course, we got a hump day auction. Tomorrow is the regular Monday, Thursday morning show at 8:30. Then Friday is the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? And then Sunday, I will be on with Mark and Mike of Two Old Guys, which is always the first Sunday of the month. And tomorrow night, Friday night, 7:30, I am going to be on every last Friday of the month. I am on with Buffalo Picker Defend the Hustle. So if you haven't checked out his channel, definitely do so. He does his shows every Friday at 7:30, but I'm his co-host on the last Friday of each month.
Johnny, are we doing hot and cold this week?
I got some ideas for that one already. Yes.
Awesome.
We'll start our morning show as usual with question or answers, and then we'll go right into the hotter code, high or low hotter code. Yes.
Awesome.
Um, Everybody's saying hello. Hope you had a great vacation, Angie. Other than that, if anybody has anything special going on, I haven't seen Jennifer yet. You're more than welcome to drop links, but make sure you drop the links to some video or live show you have coming up, or drop a link to someone else's channel until Jennifer does come in. If she does, and then she does that, that's her thing she does on her phone. But please do not drop a link to your direct channel. Make sure it's a video.
And a reminder that tonight on Two Old Guys Vintage is Michael and
Denise.
Denise's Magical Emporium and Naked Doll Adoption Agency. And they will be live tonight. I'm not sure if they have a special guest tonight, but tune in for their regular weekly chaos. It is a show that must not be missed.
And so this morning at 10 is Janine's, and I believe she's got a guest, which Michael from Mark and Mike will be on with her today, where they're doing their 10 for 10 at 10, and that's 10 Central, 11 Eastern. And that's on Janine's channel, I believe. Angelica, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you and welcome.
Good morning, Angelica.
So yeah, they still will be doing it, but Michael's going to go in his place for that today.
There is so much good stuff happening among the community the next week or so. My goodness.
Yeah, let me see. I think there's a couple of birthdays coming up too.
And you mentioned it yesterday, but Angela Isaac has a really interesting, I don't know if it's going to be a new series or if it's just a one-off, but She's got a very, very interesting. I wouldn't say it's a Bible study, but it's kind of a look at kind of right and wrong,
Yeah,
uh,
that's what she's
and
titling it, right or wrong.
and that's she's using some stuff from religious, but also stuff from everyday to talk about the ideas there, and it's going to be. I'm impressed. It's a really cool idea and concept. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
it's
she
going to
turns it
be,
into something regular.
I believe it's next Thursday the 6th. Yep, next Thursday the 6th, and it'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is known as Right or Wrong. How do you know? I saw that, I think it was Monday or so I saw it, and I figured we'd start promoting it for her because I did see it. And that's just, I'm not sure again if she's going to do it on a weekly basis, monthly basis, or how that's going to be. I guess we'll know more when she starts it on the 6th.
I know she was looking to do. I know she was looking at something a little different, uh, besides just reseller videos, and I love that she's taking on something that she's really interested in, and uh, kind of giving herself a mental break from reselling, and yet still making a video to
Yeah,
put
because
out
I
there.
think she's going to go down to 2 auctions a week now, if I remember what she said. Chrissy and Stacy, hello, good morning, and welcome. And
Good morning,
there,
ladies. Your corner
Jennifer.
is ready for you,
Good morning and welcome, Jennifer. How are you doing today? Good to see
Jennifer.
you. Come.
Jennifer, I really need to connect with you about August 8th, the Misty
Who
Media Book Fair.
are we talking about? Angela Isaac's channel. She's got a new show coming up next week on the 6th. That's Thursday night, called Right or Wrong, How Do You Know? That'll be her new show coming up next month on Thursday the 6th at 7 p.m. We are in the car driving now. Couldn't sleep during the night. Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, I hope y'all okay driving, girl. I hope you're just in the passenger seat and he's driving. Or is it
It
you driving?
sounds like he's driving.
Okay, thank you, Jesus. The Corner Girl. That ought to be a whole new show for you, Carol. Now that you're coming back home.
That would be a great name for a show, The Corner Girls.
I can see you doing it too. Yeah. All right, so without further ado, let's get into our topic of the day. This is something that I already had written down for us, and we already got Monday's one ready to go as well. But that'll be for Monday. But today is, let's get into it without further ado. Diamond Lizzie, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Jennifer just dropped the link for Michael and Denise's show tonight. She said, I'm on my way. All right, everybody, here we go. Without further ado, let's go into our topic of the day. All right, today's topic is it's never too late to dream big. Dream big because you're capable of chasing them. Your potentials is what you see in positive, let me restart that. Your
That was easy for
potential
you to say.
is what you see is possible because that's who you are. Trust in yourself. You are the only one to make the magic happen. Your thoughts on today's topic, Jay?
I could not possibly agree with that more. When I lost my first publishing house, uh, I thought I was pretty much done with publishing, and I didn't think I really had the strength to come back from it and start all over again from scratch after building something for 15 years. And my best friend Sandy, really drove home the fact that I was stronger than that. That I could absolutely do it if I set my mind to it. And I coasted, I think, for a little while on Sandy's support to do that, and didn't put enough emphasis on my own strength. Just was like, oh, I'm getting this done because, I've got some other people around me. But when I lost Sandy, it was a real wake up call that I needed to tap into that strength and be in charge, take charge of the publishing house and make it everything I want it to be, make it as big as Sandy and I had dreamed about. So now I'm feeling way more empowered and I have huge dreams for the publishing house, and they're coming true. And it's because I'm finally tapping into that inner strength and inner drive to push myself forward.
That's right. Only you can do it. And
Good
two
morning to
says,
you,
look what the cat done drug in. Jay.
Pooch, my brother from another mother.
Also, don't forget if you are on this month's, because I see a couple of y'all in the chat that did not reply to that email that I sent out on Monday. Please make sure to check that email and make sure you reply to it so I can get that finished for the next month's rapid fire round showcase. The Shop Hop train sale, Reseller Community Shop Hop. Please. Surgery on your arm. Well, I hope you're doing better.
I hope it's not the arm you do. I hope it's not the arm you use to do diamond painting.
Right. Everybody's saying hello to each other. East Coast resellers are at 10:30 this morning. There's the link. Yeah, because I saw Dawn and Teresa are now back selling again on their auctions. That's pretty cool.
Good morning, cheese toasty girl.
So what are some of the things that you are not trying, or you think you cannot reach for your dreams? If you have big dreams, what's stopping you? Because you're capable of doing it. Only you can chase those dreams. Even if it's something that you think it might be as small as something that you don't think is possible, all things are possible. Everything is possible. But you have to put your mind to it. You have to be the one to go for it. Now, yeah, you might need a little nudge here or there, but that's okay, because that's what we're here for, to help you get to that dream you want. Even if it's a goal that you're trying to reach, it doesn't matter. Only you can do it, though. No one can stop you. Don't let them stop you either.
Good morning, Miss Ashley.
And how are we doing today, Miss Ashley? And so what are some of the things that you've been wanting to reach and you just never got there yet? What is stopping you?
Yeah, I think one of those other things too is everybody seems to have a bucket list, but they never go back and actually revisit the bucket list, and they just leave things as, oh yeah, I mean this is something I'd like to do, but it never becomes a priority. And you don't want to leave a bucket list to the point that maybe you're physically no longer able to do that item that's on your bucket list, or you're no longer mentally able to do that item on your bucket list. I mean, if your dream was to do a zip line, across across the downtown Fremont Street in Las Vegas, freaking do it.
Ooh,
It's
not
there.
me. Lena, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? And it's definitely not me. Had a
Johnny,
conversation-
I would pay money to see you in a zip line going down Fremont Street in Vegas. I think that'd be awesome.
No, 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 no. It's just Rob and I had a conversation. We were in Branson, and every corner you saw, there was some kind of zip line thing going on at a corner of at a light. It's like, oh no, and then it was on camera. You can watch yourself on the big screen. And no, I don't think so. No, that's not for me. I like the ground. I like things. I like to be touching the ground. No zip line for me.
Good morning, Red Road.
You just had cheesy toasties. That's Lena.
What kind of cheese?
And how are you doing today, Lena? Good to see you. You need more corner girls? Well, there's several of them that can join you. Scarlett. You know what I forgot to grab? Let me grab that real quick. Something I want to share with y'all that I got Monday? Yeah, Monday. I met up with Tooch
Da Tooch, man.
at breakfast, yeah. And I got
I'm
my
jealous.
train, huh?
I'm jealous. You keep meeting all these people that I want to meet.
My train.
Oh my gosh, that's cute. How cute is
Oh, you
that?
just noticed Tooch? The front's
Look at
missing.
the detail. God, look at
I
the
don't know if you noticed
detail
that,
on
Tooch?
that.
The front of the train's missing. Oh, well, I'm to look in the box and see if it's in the box. Then the whistle.
Does it work?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to blow because it's loud. You hear it in Chooch's, he does it in his show. And then I have the little trinket box that he made.
Oh, that's cute.
And when you open it, it's got 6 compartments. What's up, Cap Guy? How are you doing today, Bobby? But yeah, I got him on. I just noticed the train.
I swear that Tooch man and his 3D stuff, he needs to just not waste his time with this reselling foolishness and just go into 3D printing full time. He is
I
so
think he's already
freaking
there.
talented.
I think he's already there.
He is so freaking talented with it.
Carol, Chrissy, and Stacy are already in the corner with you. You don't see them? Open your eyes, girl.
Follow the smell of burnt bread. That would be Cheese
Ellen.
Toasty Girl.
Hello, good morning, and welcome, Ellen. Visited a couple of years ago from Connecticut. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah, well, it's one of the most underrated and fairly inexpensive things to do at downtown in Fremont Street. I don't know why more people don't do it, but it's awesome.
and don't forget to check out the Cap Guy Bobby. He's been doing more videos back on the scene. I guess I have learned to have the following my dreams because no one is going to do it for me. And that's right. Only you can do it. No one's going to get you to that dream that you're trying to reach.
The best you can hope for is that you have supportive people around you to help support that dream. But you know what? Going back to yesterday's conversation and topic, you know what? If the people around you don't support what you're trying to accomplish, then don't surround yourself with those kind of people.
Exactly.
So people that aren't in your corner, they take up too much time and energy, and it takes a lot. That's the whole point, really, of my new show, The Night Shift, is that whole thing of surrounding yourself with people that help you achieve your dreams, whether that's business or whatever it is. It's all about that concept of being able to surround yourself with people who understand what your goals and your dreams are.
And Scully said it was black pepper cheese.
Ooh.
Regina says, to me, chasing a dream is a goal, but I will also attract to me the success that universe of your higher power has for me. And I'll put my mind into it and then believe I feel I've already succeeded. And that's true. That is so true. And again, a dream can still be a goal. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm curious how many people use like a vision board, or some people call it a manifest board. But that idea of like creating a visual representation of what you're trying to accomplish that you put up in a spot that you can always look at, and when you're feeling down or you're not feeling inspired, you look up at that board and it reminds you why you're doing what you're doing. 'Cause I hear a lot about people manifesting.
Ellen says that we are following our dreams. We moved across the country with very little support of our decision. We're doing better than expected and do not regret the choice despite the triple hazards. Wow. Yeah, Scarlett, it's not Vegemite, it's milkshakes. Exactly, Jay. I remember my mom said you cannot make the money selling crap online. That's true.
Angie, I love the sign that is in the background on your shows where it's something like I sell dead people stuff or something along the line. I crack up every time I see that sign. It's so true.
Hello, good morning, and welcome, Al.
Lady Al, oh, it's so good to see you. I have missed you so much. I feel like you haven't been around as much, and I've missed you so much. You're one of the nicest people out there. I always notice when a bright light of sunshine suddenly disappears for a while.
Ellen says, I think that the biggest secret is keeping the realism as part of the dream. Life is still messy, but, well, the chat moved on me. And if you don't take the first step, you'll never know if you can reach that dream. For me, I'm glad you said that about moving cross country. For me, I never would have thought I would have moved from Louisiana because I was born and raised there. And then 7 years ago, here I am all the way in a different state, a different environment, and I love it. And it wasn't a dream. It just happened. But I have to say, I don't miss the humidity. I don't miss the worrying of a hurricane. I don't miss the heat. No. Happy hump day to you too, Adam. How are you doing? Good to see you. This is Jay, by the way. You see him in the chats of Misty Media. He is filling in for Mark today. I would get ready to go to the chiropractor. Well, I hope it all goes well for you.
Get them cracking.
Jay, you are a bright as sunshine.
Oh.
And the rainbow too. Bobby says this is very electric man in Maui. I've been to Maui twice already, Jay. Bobby, I was thinking of you every time I was there. This is very, and that was just in the last a year and a half. Very electric man in the Maui that has some of the most amazing, unique stuff in the store. Dead rich people stuff in his store. What? That's
That's
cool.
awesome.
They have some good. And look, I've been selling some stuff that I brought back from Hawaii, from the Big Island, Maui, and it's amazing. Some good places that had good prices too.
Ashley, do
That's
you have a
great.
specific state you want to move to? You said you want to, your dreams to
Move
move
to a
to a different
different
state.
state.
Do you have a specific state in mind? One of the best things that ever happened for me was I made a friend umpteen years ago. I made a friend online when I was living in Brunswick, Georgia, and she opened up her home to me to be able to start fresh. And her home was in Sacramento, and I moved cross country. And I'll tell you, my life really took off from there. So
And you know what? You say that, Bobby. The funny part about it is every time you were planning on going to Maui, we used to have a contest to see how many times you would say it in a show when you did your lives. Or would people get drunk after so many times you would say it? Yeah. I saw a comment about Jeffrey said I missed his comment, so let me go back up and make sure I see it. I highlighted it. It was already highlighted, Jeffrey. I didn't miss it. Yeah. It was gray on my end, so I highlighted it. I didn't miss it. I just don't read everybody's comments. But I already highlighted it. Yeah, it's gray on my end. Because if I showed it, it turns gray. Unboxing the stash. I missed her. I sent her a message yesterday, but she didn't reply. But I saw she did a short video about her storage unit from her mom. That was yesterday. I saw the video. All right, and remember to stay a little flexible. Not much actually works on the way that you plan it. And that's true. A lot of times you have to pivot because it doesn't go the way you want it to, but that's okay. You have to just adjust it to what you need.
my,
Yeah.
my grandmother had a Yiddish phrase that pretty much translates out to "you make plans and God laughs."
Yeah, that wasn't a question. It was a statement. Thank you, Jennifer.
Ooh, Atlantic
Ooh,
City.
Rhode Island. Well, come on over this way, girl. We're going to do a meetup. Yeah. I love doing meetups. We did.
You know, Ashley, I just watched a video about a guy that did public transit only from New York City to Canada. Wanted to see if it was possible. He spent so much time in Vermont, and I was like, I am living in the wrong place. I need to be in Vermont.
Let's see. Nice, Adam. She has vertigo. Yeah, no, I knew that. Thank you, Adam. I asked him earlier if I can drop a link into my beautiful sunset pictures. Well, Jeffrey, I told you that yesterday. You can. Yeah, you don't have to ask every show. Yeah. Yes, you can, Jeffrey. Not possible. She will be live. She canceled Mondays. So she's doing her show today, though, right? Is she rescheduling her auction for this week? Well, I knew she canceled because I was waiting to watch the video. And then Robert says, "You know, Mia canceled her show because." I was like, "No, I didn't," because I was looking for it and I went upstairs. I said, "Mia's not live. I can't watch her." He said, "Yeah, because she canceled." I said, "Evidently, because I couldn't find it."
ABC.
What's up,
That's
Matt?
it. One, two, three.
That's right. You're Jeffrey. You're blue. You don't have to ask every day, Jeffrey. You can drop it. Yeah. Just remember, don't drop a link to your channel. Yeah, you did. I don't have a vision board. I don't have a vision board either. I used to. Now, when I was starting in this positive mindset that I wanted to do, the things that I used to do, because I used to go to these positive affirmation type meetings and groups and stuff like that just to do it from church. And one of the things I learned was when I first started to get myself in that mindset, if I wanted something, say my goal was to get a better job or own a certain car or move into a house, I would physically, it didn't matter if it was the actual house I wanted, it was a picture of a house, that was my goal to get my mindset that I want to be in that house one day or a house one day. Stop renting, stop giving away the rent, that kind of thing. So no matter what the goal is, find yourself a picture of something either that you want and it'd be that color or that house or that car or whatever. Take a picture of it and put it either on your refrigerator if you can or in your mirror wherever you go in the morning for the morning first time visiting in a mirror. And I guarantee you that'll keep you in a positive mindset.
But
That's how
you got to read the rest of her comment though. She put a she she puts a message on her bathroom mirror that she sees and reads every day. Please tell me you do it in like hooker red lipstick. Like that would just be awesome. Big old kiss mark below it, like they do
But
in the movies.
back with the mirror, though, even positive affirmations to get yourself in a positive mindset, if that's something you need to help with, this is what I'm talking about, putting it in the mirror, whether it be an article or writing it out and putting it in the mirror. That way, when it's the first thing you see is going to be that quote or that positive affirmation. Use your mirror. Yeah. Or your refrigerator, if that's the first thing you go to when you go get your creamer for your coffee, if that's what you do.
You can write red rum on your mirror.
But that's how I started it. Now I don't because it's something I do every day. It's my morning ritual, so to say. It's about an hour and 15 minutes ride to Atlantic City.
$8 round trip. Wow.
Okay.
I do envy those folks that live up in that kind of corridor where Amtrak is useful, or you can take, individual trains. It's hard once you start heading out west and the train service is so poor. It'd be so much more interesting to be able to venture out for things like that if it was more accessible.
My shirt reminds you of bikinis on the beach. Okay, you won't be seeing me.
So Johnny's actually got a bikini in exactly that same pattern. I
Did you hear that? I didn't hear anything.
I'm gonna get channel banned again.
I don't own one. I don't wear any, and I don't go to the beach in them. No.
Mind you, he
That
didn't say
isn't it.
anything about a speedo, so that's still a possibility.
Matt says, Jay, I took the right RTC bus from the airport to the bus near the Flamingos. I'm not sure why more tourists don't take the bus. And that is an easy thing to do because we do that when we go to the airport. We'll go and it's called park and ride, where you can actually park your car and it's free, and you take the bus to the airport. And it's a wonderful thing because you ain't got to go deal with all that traffic. I love it. We do that all the
Yeah,
time.
Matt, it is. It's like one of the. I work at the airport, and I'm always surprised at how few. People will come out and they'll automatically go for an Uber or go for a taxi, and they don't realize that the bus runs very often from the airport to the Strip, and it's really easy to do.
And the
With
bus ride is
lots of
cheaper than
drop-off points.
driving. You just buy a ticket, round trip
Yep.
ticket. Yeah. And Casey, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you.
Good
Welcome.
morning, Casey.
The 3-day bus pass was tremendous. Yeah, it is a great deal. You do love the talking about, and there's some beautiful pictures of Jeffrey. One of his pictures even made the news, y'all. I am already reading now. I want to move to Rhode Island. Yep. You be closer to, Carol lives in Rhode Island.
Boy, Ashley, you'd be closer to everybody.
45
That's
hours.
up in that neck of the woods.
Exactly. It's cheaper to take the bus than it is to drive into the town. Big time. I hate going to the airport.
If the bus system was better here in Vegas, I would rather take the bus to work. But it would literally take me 2 hours to take a bus to work to Vegas at the airport, and I'm only like less than 5 miles. I'm like 5 miles from there. It's bad.
Regina says no kissing in the mirror.
Well, you clean the mirror first. Get that, get that spit off of it and the toothpaste and all that, and then you kiss it.
Carol, Casey says she loves the teacup bird feeder.
Carol, those teacup bird feeders are freaking adorable. They really are. What a clever idea.
Angelica says, after 17 years on my second cancer, I was dismissed from the work due to
Second
disability.
career.
Huh? Oh, second career. I was dismissed from the work due to disabilities. Always, I am trying to rebuild my career as part of a part-time reseller, and that's only you can do it. That's right. You can reset your future, and that's good. You're doing that. Setting up my first antique booth. It's kicking your butt, but I guarantee you, once you get it set up, each week you just go back and add it, freshen it, clean it, dust it. Yeah, no big deal after you get it started. It's always the setting it up first. Like for me, starting this month coming up, I'm going to be expanding. I will still keep the same location, but now he's going to let me enlarge it because he's moving some bookcases out of the way. And so he's going to give that whole space to me. And my rent's going to go up, but that's okay because now I can put more stuff. Yeah. No one lives near you? Well, gotta come move this way. I thought Jay lived near you. If you don't
No, we're
know,
pretty far apart.
your buses are to take you a bit. Yeah, that's true too. If you don't have any buses that go near, because for us, we don't. If we wanted to take the transit bus or the transit train, we would have to go to, I believe it's Leominster, however you pronounce it, would be the closest town we can take to get there.
Ellen, I had the same experience needing to learn both the London Underground and when I was in New York City for a conference trying to figure out the subway system.
I ordered an airline personal item bag getting delivered soon. Still need to get a new carry-on and sling through it. Yeah, it's got to be a certain size now. They definitely are giving you that size measurement you can only have. That's right. Jeffrey's in Rhode Island too. Make more teacups, burgers. Yeah, she's making something new. I don't know. You're going to show those new things today, Carol? Because I'm not going to say what it is until the show today. She sent me a picture. Her and I had a conversation about it. And look who's here. Deborah. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Deborah. And another one I met in person. Yeah.
Deborah made one of my dreams come true this past week, and I was so excited. I just so happened to be flipping through channels, landed on an auction she was on, and she was selling off all these movie theater signs, and I've been wanting to do this whole setup in my office with real movie signs, real movie, not posters, but like the little Mylar signs they use in the theaters. And that's exactly what she was. I cleared her out. I took everything she had, and I can't wait to start building the hanging signs here to put up in the office and get them backlit. I'm really, really excited. I've wanted that for so long.
I'm pulling it up right now because no, I'm no longer there. I moved out of there. The town I'm in is Fitchburg. And if you go, are you on Facebook, Al? Because the place I'm at, I'm not there no more. I moved out of there. I had too much stuff missing. My inventory every month was too much, over $200 in items missing. And he kept saying it was, yeah, no, I got out of that. Too much of my inventory was going missing.
Johnny, what happens if somebody shoplifts in one of those places? How are you covered?
We're not, unless you could see it on the camera, which is weird because I had two cameras facing my booth. But when I did my inventory every month, and he didn't like that because I was keeping my complete inventory, you know what I told him? That's okay because I'm out of here this month. And I got out of there. But yeah, I'm at a place called Around the Corner Co-op. It's in Fitchburg. And I did post some pictures on Facebook. And I'm going to take that whole wall, the rest of that wall.
I'm sorry, what's the name of the city?
Fitchburg.
Oh, Fitchburg. Not what I thought you said.
Fitchburg.
I was almost positive you said Bitchburg, and I was like, damn, that's a harsh name for a city.
Anyone want to move to Arizona? I have 4-bedroom, 2-bath, oversized garage. Wow. Available to rent.
It's tempting, Ellen.
Tips on functioning versus cohesive. Looking, consider shelves and booth. Shelves are good, but you got to remember most shelves only have a certain height, so you got to be careful with that unless you have adjustable shelves. I have both. I have shelves and I have space, but I also use cubes. But the cubes I use both sides, so it's not flat against the wall. Let me show you my pictures. I got pictures. Hold on.
Also, Casey, don't forget to always do groupings in odd numbers.
Yeah.
That's from my Aaron Brothers art and framing days. Everything's more interesting in odd numbered groupings. Also, height makes a difference too. Try to put things at different heights.
Also, don't clutter it. Don't over clutter it. Because for me, that's just my opinion. I don't like clutter. When I see a booth that I go into and it's cluttered, I don't even go in it. Because I'm afraid to touch it. I'm going to move by it and I want to breaking it. So for me, I want it to be more functional and more that they can see. But also, if the way I do things, I put taller things to the back, but also do different heights throughout the shelf. But also, I'm going to show you a few pictures. Let me get that done. Any tips? Okay, that's what we just talked about.
Adam, what casino hotel would I recommend? If you don't want the craziness of the Strip, I would highly recommend South Point. Everything you need in one place is right there. It's very affordable. Or Green Valley Ranch. They're more of like local casinos. And absolutely the best value meal and restaurant is at South Point. They're one of the few places that still has a buffet. Their steakhouse is will rival anything that's on the strip. South Point's one of those sort of South Point Casino is one of those sort of quiet because it's not a quiet casino. When you go in there, it's you'll find the traffic's probably bigger of what's going on than what's going on the strip. Super affordable, great food that's legendary. The chefs take care of all of the restaurants on the premises. Um, it's just a it's absolutely one of my favorites. South Point Casino. It's on the south end of town in Silverado Ranch.
Hello, Tia Nena. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm pulling up my video, my pictures. Hold on. 2026. Antique booth for 2026.
Al says I'm struggling with my space at the antique store. It's small, so I'm finding it really restricting, but I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Yeah, and when you're dealing with the small spaces, sometimes product rotation is going to work better in your favor. So if you have something there that you try for 2 weeks and it doesn't seem to move or seem to get the attention, best to switch it out and then just kind of see, uh, you know, what starts being popular, and then using that to populate your small spaces.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a few pictures to kind of show you.
No, Adam, South Point's not on the strip. South Point is down in Silverado Ranch. The strip is in Paradise.
I wonder what all my pictures are.
But South Point Casino also has a shuttle from the airport. So you don't have to take an Uber or a bus or anything like that. You can go to South Point. You can grab the South Point shuttle from the airport, and it runs pretty often, 24 hours a day.
All right. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
open.
Ellen, I have the same problem. I am clumsy as heck, and I would definitely be the bull in the china shop, knocking everything over.
Now again, I'm going to be enlarging this, but this is what I started with in the first month, last month when I got this new booth.
Al, you said yes, I do rotate often. I'm like, oh, she means the booth. I'm picturing you doing like the Wonder Woman thing, like arms out, spinning around, turning into
Set
all of
up.
a sudden you're wearing the Wonder Woman costume.
Your brain.
Yes, indeed.
That's my back shelf.
All right, come on. All right, let me move all of this over here now that I got them open. It opened on my first monitor, and I got to move it to my second monitor.
Yeah, Adam, from what I understand, it does sound like the heart-shaped hotel is going to go forward. Those two ugly concrete pylons that have been there since the failed Ferris wheel that was supposed to be built umpteen years ago, they're going to build uh, like a sky-high restaurant up there that'll kind of span those two concrete pillars. I don't know when. We're probably not going to see that new hotel for a while, but let me tell you, the Hard Rock guitar that's going up at the end of the strip is looking really, really good. And of course, we've got they're building the new stadium for the A's and the shopping center, but the casino hotel for that's replacing the Tropicana, is actually going to be the last thing they're going to build. So we probably won't see that until 2028. And that's your Vegas update for today.
I'm just moving all the pictures to the next monitor so I can open them for y'all. And this is what I did in stages this last month to get this new booth started this month here. It was a lot of work getting it done, but you know what? I closed it from one place to another, just getting everything moved and tagged and inventoried on a spreadsheet. It was worth it. Let me see if I can enlarge this.
Well, Adam, you gotta come. You gotta come back to Vegas. A lot's happened in 8 years. My goodness, you won't even recognize the town.
All right. Let me get caught up where we were in the chat. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Quill, bad day. Group of numbers, odds and needing.
Scarlett, you've heard some bad names for places. The UK is filled with names that are, my goodness, yeah. Like I don't know how you guys talk about some of those city names.
You know, with this one, when you're struggling with your space, you have to basically, when you get started at any place you want to do an antique booth or a booth, a lot of times it's going to be the smallest, whether it's a shelf, a bookshelf, an end shelf. That's how I started years ago. But whenever I go to a new place, you have to go what's available, because you got to remember there's people that have been there for longer than you have, so they're going to get the prime spots. But if you start with a bookshelf or a shelf, what's going to happen is, as long as you keep filling it, you keep having sales, you keep taking care of your bill every month, you get paid every month, whatever the case may be, then you get your feet are in the door, so you'll get to move into another space while you're there. Like right now, I have two. Once I open and get enlarged that second booth, I'm getting rid of the first one because I don't need them both. But that's okay, because now I'm able to get into the spot I wanted, which is prime spot. Oh, there's cluttered shelves. Yeah, I'm going to show you my pictures. I do not like to clutter. I don't like to overstock. I want people to see what they are. And again, if you go there on a regular basis, you can move things around when you're bringing different things also. And some spaces will let you use the floor if you need to, if you have a big enough space. Let's see, off the road.
And keep in mind that if you cut the brake lines of people that have the better spots in those places, they'll be out of commission, and then you can move up in the ranking.
Yeah. Drive through. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm just trying to get caught up in the chat real quick before I missed it. Not yet. I had to pull them up first. I keep them in a file of that place, because also that helps me with my inventory of how I'll put it in my booth, because I also take a picture of the tag that I put on those booths for my purposes. There's just a little extra thing that I do before I bring them in. You'll be on with Dawn. Awesome. I heard you were coming back. That is awesome.
Take it easy. Take it easy, Adam. Have yourself a good one, man.
All right, Adam. Have a safe trip. All right. Let me go and show these pictures. I'm going to share my screen. And this is my new location. I got rid of the other one because I was getting every month between anywhere from $150 to $200 and some dollars missing in inventory, because I did inventory every time I went in there. But I was getting every dancing song from this guy, and I just had enough. You can only take so much. So I said, I got enough. I'm out of here. So I'm at a place now where there's multiple cameras on my booth. They watch the cameras, and I haven't had anything missing since I got there. All right. So this is my original, what I started with. This is two shelves. I got both of these in the corner here. That's what I started with. And this right here, it's these two right here for $80. Again, as you see, I used every bit of the shelf that I can, but I do not over clutter it. But one of the things I did too, you'll see right here, and here is a wire shelf that I did some height with some smaller things on these little wire shelves here and here, and I'll have another picture. But I also used the outside of this with little nails that I can hang things on the outside of my bookcase. Yep. So you have to use every space you can, but don't over clutter it. Now, on the next picture, and I'm just
you can also get acrylic risers for really inexpensive,
right here,
or plate stands.
In this really shelf, in this particular unit right here, I had this shelf here, but I also did this one here, where they still were able to turn the device, and I was able to hang earrings on it. So I still was able to use it, and again, use every bit of it that you can, but not have it over cluttered. Like right here, I didn't bring my nails yet to hang this up because I didn't have enough nails, but now it's hanging. So yeah, use every bit of space that you can, but always start something small to get your feet in the door of where you want to be. A lot of times you will not be able to get into a big space immediately, but you just got to tag all your items. Then I still have this two bookshelves. It's one unit. I pay for both, $80. But he just started putting these shelf casings in here. Now he's going to let me have the whole. I started with one shelf. I already sold almost everything on that shelf. I had to keep replenishing this shelf. So he's going to let me now, after this month, I'm going to have the whole one side. So you can even do glass cases by a shelf or a unit, and each side is a unit. So I have that right next to my booth, by the way, and that's basically what it would look like. And he's got more shelves coming. That's what he's doing on the store portion. Then right here,
Johnny, Jennifer's asking if you had to supply the bookcases or do they supply them?
those bookcases are his. I rent $80 for that space. Now, the booth I'm showing you, believe it or not, these are my own bookshelves. This is my new space that I just moved into. These right here are cubes. So what I'm doing is I'm putting stuff on this side
Yeah.
and on the other side so that they can see both sides of stuff. This bookshelf, how many of y'all remember industrial arts in high school, in junior high?
Yep.
I built this shelf back when I was in a junior high and junior high school. I built that in industrial arts, and I still use it to this day. But also, you'll notice these little corner shelves. I also have two of those. And I have a jewelry display right here that have the case too. And then I have this right here. I actually used this in my garage when I was in the quilting section. But this right here is filled with clothes. I even put a shelf here to run the top. Right here in the back, I can use those shelves. But what I did was there's a hole back there. So I used some blank shelving shelf units to put there to cover that hole so I can use that backside.
Can you put in some hangers or hooks in that sort of dead space there?
Yes, I will. Once I enlarge this booth, I'm going to use command strips on that. Because I do have things I'm going to put, but wait, you'll see what I did to it. And this is just me adding and adding.
So are you finding that you are getting the return on your investment? I mean,
Yes. Yes. But also, I'm just going to show you a few more pictures. This is one side of my booth. That's the other side. You see these bookshelves right here in the back?
Good morning, Michael.
You see how you can see these bookshelves right here in the background? These three right here in this back corner? That's going to become my space. Right here in this back corner.
Good morning, Constance.
I have another one. And then again, I filled it. You see how I filled out the corner spaces here, and I added more lamps to give it height. But I also filled the back shelf with more height as well.
Are the pictures on the walls yours?
No, that's his. I would have had to pay more if I wanted. Now you can see this better. You see right here in the background. This is where my booth ends right here. You see all these bookshelves right here.
Yeah.
All of that's going to become my space. I'm going to be able to enlarge. So I'm taking this bookshelf, corner shelf, and it's going to be the end of it before this hallway back here. So this is going to get moved right here to the back, and I'll be able to enlarge all of that.
Good morning, John. Good to see you.
I actually have a video. And you see how I did the back side of that cube space? That way you can use both sides.
Yeah, that's a really good idea to make it shoppable from both sides.
And that's why I use the cubes. For that reason. So you can enlarge it and get a bigger booth as long as you're in your foot's in the door and you're showing yourself, you want to do this. So you want to make sure you make yourself known. Some places now will offer you floor time to come off your rent, which they're going to start doing after they enlarge the other side of the building. Good morning, John. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. So yeah, I got in there and I told him my boot size that I had that I'm moving from. Kind of found out he used to run that store. Now he owns this one because he got out of his same BS from the same person I was with. I am. And one thing I like about this place, I can go to my phone on the days that the end of the day, and there's an app called Quail Vendors. I can go to that app and I can see exactly what's selling, which this past Sunday, almost every one of my moon pie stuff I put in my booth is gone. Somebody went in there and bought all my moon pie stuff. So you
Johnny,
never know.
Al's asking, what is floor time?
In other words, you would have to run the store, and not run the store, but like say somebody's looking for something, they need help with something. You can ring up the people at the register. You would have. It's more like you, instead of being paid by the hour working for somebody, you're actually working for yourself. Where every hour you put into it comes with so much off of your rent. That's what they mean by
That's
floor time.
cool.
Yeah. If somebody needs to get something up high and they don't want nobody to climb it up, you would get a ladder and get up there and get it for somebody that's higher that they can't reach and that kind of stuff.
How do they
You can
track
track customer
that?
service, huh?
How do they track that?
What you mean?
How do they track how much time? Is it like a scheduled shift?
Yeah, you'd be scheduled for that day or those
I
so
got
many
you.
hours. Yeah,
I got you.
yeah. That is a lot of space, but I'm going to enlarge it. I'm going to go larger because I have some half moon glass tables that I used to use in my other booth that I can't fit in this one just yet. But I already knew he was going to be enlarging. He's got a big building, but he's going to enlarge that whole other side of the building and the basement. So when everybody wants to start moving to that side, I told him I don't want to move. I just want to enlarge. Can I do that? He said, yeah, you're first up in line if that's what you want. So now I can do this by the end of next month. That is our goal, to get that done by next month. Then I'm going to get rid of the other booths, the shelves, because I'm going to
Well,
have
and
way
really,
too much.
and really, I guess that's part of the equation is your space and what you're offering, but the other one is him bringing in enough traffic and doing enough advertising about the space to be able to have
Well, if
enough
you go on
people coming
Facebook,
in the door to
every
look.
day there's somebody's posting pictures of everybody's booth. So you're going to get markings. You're going to get things in there on their Facebook group. I love it. Good morning, Constance. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, that's what floor time means. Let's see here. Floor time is when you work for, and in other words, you working for yourself, so to say, even though you're helping run the store and helping customers. Somebody may be looking for something, and you may know where it might be in a booth. You can direct that customer. But that basically comes off your rent. In other words, you don't have to pay as much for that month, is what they do with it. So great idea to sell on mental. Yeah, and you ain't got to worry about the rent. You just pay your rent for your booth, and it comes out of your sales. And whatever you make over your sales for your rent, you get that back at the end of the month. Yeah. Oh, not me. No, you must have me confused with some other Johnny. I don't. I don't. Elizabeth, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you and
Good morning,
welcome.
Elizabeth.
So, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and start dropping links. I just realized we've been talking about the antique booth, and I just got excited because I love talking about it. And you know what I love about it too? The clothing. I put a tag on it, put it up there, and it's amazing on what's selling. I've been selling T-shirts almost every day.
So, what do you have to put on the tag? Your booth space and the cost?
Actually, you do similar to this. I don't have an item number, but for example, the only thing I'm trying a new printer for these tags, so I don't have to write it out. Because we use this size tag, and on the top corner you put your booth name or initials, whatever you assign to your booth. You're going to have that corner. In other words, on here, you're going to have your booth corner. This corner is going to be your booth. This will be an item number or inventory number that you give your item, a small description, and then right on this bottom corner would be the price. And so basically, this is what it would look like if I did it. The only thing I didn't do was an item number. And that's what you would do on the tag. And then this tag is where I would tape this to it and then tag this to the item.
And
I
then
don't
they
like
have a
taping anything to items. I rather
and then
do
they
it
have a special register system
on the
that
computer. On the computer, whatever booth you assign, which usually is some initials of yours, this is what gets keyed in for the booth. And if you have an inventory number, that's what the item is sold. If you don't have an item number, then they do a small description of what it is for the first few words of what you have written out and the price. That's it. They just go to your booth, key it in, and it's done. And then we get a notification when things sell. I love it. Actually, I have an inventory list of everything that I give it a number on every item. Yeah, that's it.
Casey says the tagging info is so helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. The neater, the better. But for me, I'm using this. I just tried it and I love it already for the few that I did. There's just a little wireless Bluetooth speaker printer. What you call these again? Thermal printer.
Is that the one you mentioned Robert got for you?
No, I got this for myself, but Robert got one of the bins and I liked it.
Ah,
I thought I could do it on my computer, but it's only for your phone, which is fine because I have the app on my phone now. I can just type it, save it as a draft, and I can go back and just change the item number and the description and the price. And it keeps it as a, what do they call that again? Draft. Or, I forget what they called it. But anyway, yeah. But I do inventory every time I go in, and I've never had a problem since I've been here. And that's been since April at this new location.
yeah, Angie, technology can be great when it works.
And what else I love about it is that the minute I walk in there, he's asking me, when are you ready to expand your booth? What you want to do? What you going to do? What, how you doing? And then because he knows they can call me, I'll take offers. He even had, the day that I put in some Coach wallets, he saw it. He said, look, if you don't mind, I'm going to call somebody who loves collecting Coach wallets. He called her before I left. She was there buying that Coach wallet. He looks out for those that are looking for certain things. And if you bring it in there, he's got a list of people he'll call.
Well, that's the kind of business owner you need to be
Yeah.
running that kind of a place.
Exactly. And anytime you put a
Proactive.
Coach wallet in there, it's gone. Because he calls her and then she comes and gets it. I love it. Because he looks at it this way. They're going to go in there. Who knows? They might even take a walk around and see if there's anything else that somebody might have brought in. It'll bring more business. That brings more sales to you. And then you get to see on your app on the phone, what have you sold? What did it sell for? Now for me, he does a special week in a month. He works it around holidays where he does 10% off, 15% off. So what I do is, like for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, I said for my booth, I want to run 25% off because all the prices I have is based on if I already have it high enough that I can take a 25% off. I'll tell him, run it 25% off on my booth, and he'll go in the computer. He'll put Thursday to Sunday because that's how I run my discounts on the weekend, and he'll put it in the booth from my name, the date, and when it stops, and it's already in the computer. I love it, but I only do it for special holidays. And he'll put it in the computer, and I'll get my notification. And if anybody needs or wants me, give me an offer, he'll call me. Whoever works at the desk. Look, somebody's here wants to know about this. Would you take an offer of? And 9 times out of 10, it's not a bad offer because they're not trying to lowball you. So I'll say, yeah, let them have it with no problem. Take it. Jake, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? My other place I was at, never. I just have things missing every month. So I just stopped. I got out of there. Alrighty then. Barcodes? No. Now, it depends. Some places do. My other place I've been at for 7 years? No, the same thing. You basically write everything out on your tag. Now, these I buy this size because I have a hard time writing small. Now that I have the printer, I'm okay. But I use this because it gives me a better guide for my ID number, booth number, and price, and then everything else gets written in the middle. Now, I can also use the back if I need to. But I get those at Staples. You can get them at Walmart. These are, when I first started, this is what I was using, these little bitty ones. And I don't have a small handwriting. It's hard for me. So
Take care, Angelica. Have a good one.
I was using these. Look at the difference in size.
Oh,
That's why I went to these when I found them.
yeah.
Because these are 2 3/4 by 1 11/16, whereas these are 1 3/4 by 1 3/32. Which one you think I'm using now? The bigger one. Because those are too small. So I buy these and they work much better. And now I can use the printer and put them on there. One booth does that. One booth does. I have not. Yeah, depends on where you're at. Thank you. Yeah, I just got them done Monday. Last Monday. I went back to my normal color. I always tell the owner that I have first dibs on anywhere. And that's another thing. If you get tight and you know and you speak to the owner a lot and they know how you are, you're always in there. I always say, like my first place I've ever been to, I even had my eyes open on a bigger spot, but my biggest goal was to be on a glass case. So I kept I got a small corner booth, and then I went to a bigger booth, and then I had two booths at the same time until that one spot came up that I wanted, and now I've been there ever since. So you got to work your way around it sometimes, and you do have to, but keep in touch with the owner, let them know your intentions. And if they want to make sure you're there to clean your booth, keep it filled, constantly bringing new stuff in, dusting stuff too. My antique runs ours the same way. There you go. I like the system in the antique. I love the one with the computer because that's so much better. Tags. Do not have to write on the tags. Now, do y'all use barcodes? You print in the tag. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have that. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yep, too tiny. Yeah, I don't like the little ones. So yeah, and again, if you plan on thinking about getting into this kind of stuff, just get yourself. The first thing I want to mention: check and make sure. Do they charge you for just the rent, and then at the end of the month, does that rent come off, and that's all you get is you get whatever's left, whatever was over your rent? Do they charge you a percentage of the credit card uses if they take credit cards? Now, my first booth, they take credit cards. I don't get charged nothing. I just get my rent. And then anything over that, I get my money. Same thing here. They don't take credit cards. They take cash. But guess what? Everything is reported. I even see their tax certificates on the wall. They're all registered with the city. But they have a ATM machine where you can use to get money out if you need to. So again, you pay your rent. Anything over that rent, if you sell over that, you get it. It's yours.
You don't find that the lack of credit card accessibility is hurting your sales?
No, because there's an ATM machine right there.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't have the cash. They want to buy something. That's the whole point of
Right,
having
but
a
if you
credit
have a credit card or a debit card, you can use that machine and get your money, get you some money. I have to say, I've seen people spend over hundreds and hundreds of dollars without a blink of an eye, all cash. But some people don't mind using a customer's credit card machine or the ATM.
Yeah, we see that at the airport, and people are, especially our international side, where people are trying to dump their American currency before they head out.
You see, that's another thing. You got to check and see, do they charge you a commission of the sales and credit card fees?
Hey, Angie, that seems like a lot.
Well, where I first started, called the Oh My Gosh Antiques and Collectibles, is where I first started 7 years ago. Well, about 7 years ago, almost 7. If you have a booth that has an enclosed wall that may have a window, they charge you the rent, percentage of the commission of your sales, and a percentage of the credit card machines that are being used. If you have just a regular booth, shelf, space, whatever, a cube or whatever, you just get your sales. You just deal with sales. You don't pay a percentage of the credit cards. So it all depends on the location and what you got, what their rules are. Because like in my first place I'm at, called Oh My Gosh Antiques and Collectibles, we cannot have furniture. We cannot have appliances. Cannot have clothing unless you get it approved. If you bring in any kind of appliances, if it's bigger than your appliance countertops, you have to get a permission. You have to get approval first. So each place is different. Yeah, I don't have no percentages of anything. It's just strictly.
Al, I would try to renegotiate that if you could. I mean, typical standard credit card rate is on the high end is 2.9 plus 25 cents per transaction. is the standard credit card processing. So he's making, whoever you're renting from is profiting off of your credit card,
Yep.
which they're technically not allowed to do. You can't make a profit. You're not, per current tax laws, you're not allowed to make a profit off of the credit card if you're accepting them. You
Right.
can, the most he would be allowed to charge you is the amount that he has to pay himself, and that's part of an agreement with MasterCard and Visa from a settlement that happened some years ago.
Yeah, I would definitely find out. But that's one thing I have to say. Both locations I'm at, they don't charge. Now, another reason I got out of the one I was in Athol, because he was charging us tax on our sales that he was never collecting, but he was collecting it from us as the vendor. So nope. Yeah, but Al, only if your customers pay with a credit card, I can understand that. But what if I just find that's high?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
And the cost of the POS system is already a tax write-off for him as a business owner with depreciating value. So, I mean, yeah.
Well, when I had a credit card machine for my gift shop, I didn't have to pay for the machine as long as I paid my monthly fees. I got it for free, but I got it through the bank because it was connected to my bank account.
And if anything, if anything, they have to separate what they're charging for the credit card fee versus, and if they have to list the other part as a commission that they're taking. They can't say the whole thing is 10% of credit card fee. That's not legal.
Yeah,
I've been going through this at the airport because my boss was looking at wanting to pass that fee along to customers, which is perfectly legal. To ask, that's why you're seeing nowadays like a 3% surcharge on places that accept credit cards. But by law, you're not allowed to charge anybody more than what you would pay, more than what your credit card processor agreement is. You are not allowed to charge more than that. If you want to charge more than that, you've got to separate it out as a different charge. But
And I have to agree with you with that too, because when we traveled, even in Hawaii, there was a note letting you know that there was a 2 to 3% surcharge, is what they call it,
Correct.
for credit
And it has
card
to
use,
be-
unless you pay cash.
Yep.
Yeah. Even in Hawaii, it was like that. Even in Branson, when we stayed in Branson, everywhere we went was like that.
There's a churro shop here in Las Vegas that runs deals that if you get more than if you
It's illegal to charge
pay by
the
cash, you get a better discount.
She said it's illegal to charge the customer the CC processing fee in Massachusetts.
Well, then he can't be charging you. He can't be listing out to you a 10% charge on the credit card.
Interesting.
It would have to be 10% across the board. You can't single out just credit cards as being the 10%.
Yeah, because American Express charges a little bit more than American Express and Visa.
Right, but Al, if they're listing that 10% separately as a credit, as coming from the credit card, that's not legal.
Interesting. Sorry to hear that, Al, because I don't know why they're doing that. Interesting. All right, Jay, you want to go ahead and promote what you got going on so we can go ahead and get in the show?
I got nothing. No, I mean
But I'm not-
Friday night is Friday night is the Friday night hang, and on the night shift on my channel. So everybody come by, hang out, talk about your week, and come hang out with us. It's that's at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and if you fall somewhere in the middle, I don't do the math.
Al says, is that federal or Nevada?
Federal.
Girl, I'm going to be looking that up. And again, thank each and every one of y'all. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be right back here again tomorrow, and we will have our segment with, is it hot or cold, higher or lower, in our show tomorrow. So come back and come play the game with us tomorrow. So as I say, don't forget at 1 o'clock today, we do have our Hump Day auction. Come and check that out, because Carol's got some new things that she's going to be bringing to her auction today as a guest on the Hump Day auction today. So as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again. Later. Peace out, and y'all come back now, you hear?
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. See the special man. You got